Welcome back, Attack. My name is Skylight, and this is going to be my first impression on Pokemon Go. It's not a live first impression. Pretty hard to do live first impression on mobile devices, but I was able to record thanks to the Shadow Play feature on my NVIDIA Shield, my gaming tablet. And that also means that I mainly use this tablet. I also mainly played on Wi-Fi. Okay, so this is going to be a Wi-Fi only play. Everything that's recorded was using Wi-Fi. Though I did play the game on my cellular device. I went around, run around the whole town. Okay, so I did get to play the full experience, but I also mainly played on Wi-Fi for the purpose of this first impression because I thought that'd make it kind of unique, and I also wanted to prove a point. And that being, yeah, you can play the game on Wi-Fi, and we'll talk about the pros and cons of that and basically the whole game here. But let's start out, okay? Beginning, customization, super basic, not even anything worth talking about, just some quick selections, no sliders, no actual true customization. You can choose boy or girl, hair color, skin color, basically that's it. Then you jump into the game, you get to pick a starter. Hey, you can actually get a Pikachu, actually, if you run away from your starters 3 times. On the 4th time, a Pikachu will spawn. Those starter Pokemon don't really matter too much because how you level up, as you can see here, we get Stardust and Candy. To level up, you actually have to catch the same Pokemon or the family of Pokemon over and over and over again. I don't mean breeding family, I mean, like, if you want to evolve your Charmeleon, you need to catch either Charizard, Charmeleon, or Charmanders, and then send them back, transfer them to the professor to get some candies. So whenever you catch a Pokemon, you get 3 candies. Whenever you transfer it, you get another candy. That doesn't matter if it's strong, evolved, or not. It's always going to be 3, transfer 1. You need those candies so that you can level up, so you can power up Pokemon and evolve them, which is totally separate. Now, the suggested tactic is to not do that at all, actually, which is kind of sad. Don't level up your Pokemon, don't evolve them. Basically catch a lot of Pokemon, and then you are allowed to pop a lucky egg, which doubles your experience, and then evolve everything. That way you get to a really high level fast. This kind of sucks because the game, it seems like it'd be really fun to go around collecting different Pokemon, unique Pokemon, and then training them, maybe battling gyms to level up Pokemon. That's not how this works. That's just not how the game works. It's about spamming, spamming a lot of Pokemon, a lot of the same Pokemon, getting their candies, and then hopefully from there, yeah, maybe doing something. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's how you should go into this game, the mentality. So here we go. I'm looking around my local town here. This is one of the local towns around here. I was walking around because it's a college town, and I thought this would be a prime example. It's got lots of free Wi-Fi, so I was walking around checking out the stops and everything. But sadly, tragically, during this time period of these 2 days that I spent here, it was really awkward. Servers are going down, and for one whole day, like during the entire day, as the sun was out and I was out and about trying to catch Pokemon, the servers were just completely dead. So yeah, I know the game isn't out in Japan yet, but this game is technically released in the United States, and yet the servers are constantly down, and it's feature incomplete. So that's why, sort of, when you get into the game, basically it's just about spamming, like whatever Pokemon you see, all those Pidgeys, all those Rattatas, just catch them. Just catch them. I know you don't want to catch them over and over again, but gotta catch them all. Starts with gotta catch this one. Gotta catch all the Pidgeys. That's where it begins, guys. Catch all the Pidgeys, and then once you have all those Pidgeys and Rattatas, you level up and you get higher level. That's pretty much what you do with this game. So the gameplay is going to be pretty basic. Now, I did film on my NVIDIA Shield with its actual capture feature, so it might be a little bit lower resolution than normal, but the game isn't exactly super high resolution. I even have my new cellular device. I have a Galaxy S7 Edge, which is super high resolution, and the game looks like it's got some serious aliasing issues. So the game's not going to tax your phone, though you should probably have a more modern phone because it's using GPS settings and, oh my god, the servers and everything. The game is already laggy and awkward enough, so I'm not saying that it takes a super strong phone. It's just, fuck, man. It's just the game doesn't seem like it's super duper optimized. It'll run out your battery like crazy. It doesn't use too much data, I'll admit it, but it's just the servers are really awkward. So a lot of the times you're gonna get stuck on loading screens. A lot of the times you are going to throw a Pokeball and it's just gonna be frozen. And if you see in the top left here, you see that spinning Pokeball, that pretty much means that you're kind of desynced from the server, and that's basically like the spinning ball of doom. If you see that during you catching a Pokemon, oh, that's the worst. So yeah, servers are fucked, guys, legit. You will lose Pokemon, and a lot of the times you won't be able to log in. Of course, that can be changed. The game is also feature incomplete, so there's no trading at the moment. There's no direct head-to-head battling at the moment. but there is gym battling, which we will show much later in this first impression. It is pretty good, pretty decent. But for the most part, guys, it's just going around collecting the Pokemon. You don't get to teach them moves. You don't do anything other than choose to level them up, or you can transfer them back to the professor to get some more candy so that you can, evolve another Pokemon. And that's pretty much it. You don't get the candies from unique families. You don't catch a Caterpie and get a bug candy. You catch a Caterpie and you get a Caterpie candy. So that means you can only evolve Caterpies, which is kind of, I don't know. To me, it's annoying. I would have rather have more choice and customization on my leveling, my team. But right now, currently, if I look at it, I've got a team of full Hypnos because Drowsies tend to spawn here. Now, here's actually some battling. It's pretty cool, man. Okay, you got to tap to do a normal attack, and you can actually dodge left and right, and you can actually do a power attack when you have full meter. Now, this was when I first was playing. I was doing my first impressions. I was recording super low level to see if you can beat a high level gym, and you can do that. You need to have comparable levels, man, and you gotta have comparable Pokemon. You gotta actually choose which Pokemon, Like, this is a water type. I don't know, man. Maybe I should have had a freaking lightning type. Though, then again, this Pokemon does know some ground moves. So, you got there is that whole, like, sort of rock, paper, scissors, that mix and match, that whole team composition gameplay that you're used to from the base games, with a little bit of action, and then toned down a little bit with the tactics, in a way, because you don't get to choose your abilities at all. Like, you don't teach them, you don't choose them. You have to catch, basically you have to catch a bunch of fucking Pidgeys, right? And then you gotta pick the ones that actually have the moves that you want, and then just grind out the rest for candy. So, this first impression might seem a little bit toxic. I am enjoying the game a lot. I'm having a lot of fun with the game. Truly, I'm very much enjoying it. So when you're catching Pokemon, this is, since this is basically the whole game at the moment, catching Pokemon, it's a lot of fun. It really is. Tracking them down, all that good stuff. But I will say, I did play on Wi-Fi, and I do also play on my cellular device. And if you have your phone, the only advantage really that you have is, of course, you're gonna get some intricate, Pokestops that are kind of further away from others. But basically, you don't really get any advantage other than being able to hatch eggs faster. And here's another case of the servers being laggy. God, dude, that's basically what this first impression could be like. You get to catch Pokemon when the servers are up. That's basically, sums up the first impression. But truly, if you play on Wi-Fi, if you have a gaming tablet like I do, you can go to your local mall or anywhere that has free Wi-Fi, which is going to be most places where there's most Pokestops, like college campuses, stuff like that. Or if you have Xfinity Wi-Fi or some other service that you can get free Wi-Fi hotspots, you can do that. You can totally do that and play the game viably, because most people, even with cell phones, they don't just run around into the nooks and crannies of every city. You're not going into every little alleyway. That's not how you play this game. You go to an urban area with you go to a very specific, like a zoo or a college campus or a mall. You go to these specific areas that have lots of little modules, lots of areas with Pokestops and lure modules. You go here, and that's how you play the game. You kind of sit around there, or you just kind of walk circles around the area. So it's not quite like how we envisioned it. Like, we'd be going out into caves, spelunking, going to rivers, going to the beach. It's not exactly like that. You go to urban areas to catch all the good Pokemon, because that's how the algorithm works. Now, I know they're working on the algorithm. They're working on a lot of features, but that's just how the game is played right now. You go into these areas, these malls, these stuff like that. So you can play on Wi-Fi, completely viable, though you're not going to have as many eggs. And eggs are a good way to get a lot of candy, but you're not going to be hatching as many eggs. And that's pretty much your downside. But most of the time, you're just gonna, you're gonna go to these areas, and that's how you play the game, catching a lot of Pokemon. Now, once you do have enough candies, you can evolve. And if you're wondering how evolution works, basically, like, you just feed the candies to the Pokemon, it evolves, it gets stronger, bada bing, bada boom. That's it. Cool, great. Evolving is basically your main way of leveling up, essentially. Get strong Pokemon, and you can fight gyms. Once you fight gyms and beat gyms, you can take over the gyms, and you get currency in order to buy stuff in the real life shop. So yeah, you can evolve whatever Pokemon that allows you to evolve in the base games. The original 151. Also, if you want EVs, like, there's branching evolutions. Basically, you can name the Pokemon like Sparky or Rainer or Pyro in order to get the evolution that, matches that. I don't know if they're going to continue that, if that's just an Eevee Easter egg to the TV show, but, you could do that sort of stuff. So evolution, pretty basic stuff, man. Hatching eggs works on distance walked, so there is a speedometer. Yeah, it's pretty basic, man. You got to walk, hatch the eggs, easy does it. Now, other than that, the game, Pretty self-explanatory, okay? But I will say, servers suck right now. Feature incomplete. It's still a huge amount of fun catching Pokemon. I'm pretty sure you guys know all the mechanics, right? You can do curveballs, you can actually land different Pokemon, how the AR mode is actually like really skillful, and there's actually mechanics to that. You know, you gotta keep line of sight, they jump around and shit. Like the game is really fun. I'm not gonna go into all the intricate details, guys. It's not pay to win either. Really fair if you do spend money, but you do get all these items just from playing the game in its own, you know, way. So, and I'm sure only in time, you know, this is going to be great. It will be great. But in its current rendition, you know, the hype train is there. It's fun, but you don't need to play the game. You can wait. Okay. I mean, Japan's been waiting. Japan doesn't even have the game yet. So you can wait and the game will come to you. Don't worry. And it'll be in a better state than ever. So thanks for watching, guys. My name is Skylent. I'm pretty sure you guys know already what Pokemon Go is. But I wanted to give my thoughts and opinions just real quick. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Welcome back, Attack, and today we're going to be talking about 2016's best MMORPGs. These are going to be the new MMO games that we get to experience, at least in the West. Yes, some of these games are going to be localized titles, but for the most part, these are going to be entirely new MMOs, so get hyped for that. And these are going to be the games that we are almost certain will actually launch in 2016. But with that in mind, let's go ahead, jump right into it, starting at number 10.